My name is Jean, and today we're going to take ourselves through a much gentler practice, incorporating more breath-centric meditation and focus, concentration. Very, very few postures, to be fully transparent, as this is primarily a space to ground yourself, kind of center yourself should things feel a little frictious, chaotic, because it's just as important to promote your wellness and your body's sense of centering as it is any kind of physical exercise, any kind of fitness. They both go hand in hand. So, you're starting off in a seat, sit bones, trusting the place where you set them on your mat. Body is relaxed. Eyes can be opened or closed as you breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your nose, or sigh, take a yawn through the mouth. This practice is a little bit more somatic in nature and trauma-informed, as our bodies carry a whole multitude of experiences and sensations that may not always be recognized in the moment that they happen. So for now, simply noticing any places in your own body that are feeling tense, feeling stiff, if your heart beats a little fast, if the mind is carrying any loud or anxious thoughts. This is your time to soften and relax. Simply allow yourself to exist in a space without even the expectation of movement. I offer for you today an intention of softness. Softness in the sense that we don't always have to be moving, we don't always have to be doing. The act of being can in itself be a powerful mechanism that can then help you move your body forward when you feel ready. So taking just another 2 breaths in the way of breathing that your body has cultivated here. Now, to start your journey today, I offer as well for you a mudra or a hand placement. What you're going to want to do is take your thumb and connect your thumb to your ring and pinky fingers, while you have your middle and index fingers pointing forward, but still relaxed in that pointing. This is called your prana mudra, your life mudra. This is a particular hand placement for if you'd like to channel your life energy throughout your body. And it is here that I offer for you what is called a form of square breathing. It's just a pattern of pranayama or breath regulation that utilizes even counts of breath to allow you to activate your parasympathetic nervous system, that relaxation response. So, we'll take a breath in and then breathe out. Now, counting through, you're going to breathe in for 2 seconds, for 3. Now hold your breath for 2, for 3. Now exhale, 2, 3, and hold, 2, 3. Breathe in, 2, 3. Hold your breath, 2, 3. Breathe out, 2, 3. And hold your breath, 2, 3. Take about 5 or 6 more iterations of the square breath. You can always increase the counts to breathing in for 4, holding for 4, breathing out for 4, and holding for 4. You can even go up to 5 counts if you feel like your lungs want that added bit of work. But all the while, still remembering your thumb, your ring, and your pinky fingers all connected together. Feel that triangulation of your 3 fingers while you're breathing, directing that life energy, that prana, throughout the body. Doing a great job. Take another breath for you in that square pattern, wherever you might find yourself in your cycle. And then as your organic form of breath returns, breathing in through your nose, just taking a small gulp of air at the peak of your breath so that you can breathe out through the nose, sigh or yawn through the mouth. Release your prana mudra, your life hand shape. And then just flicking the fingers, shaking out the wrist a bit, drinking some water if you have need. And then check back in on your thoughts as you re-engage with your personal breath. Have the thoughts softened a little bit? Has the heartbeat quieted to a degree? You can still always keep that lift in the abdomen if you're wanting that spark of heat. And still keep the shoulders down the back, framing the spine. As you take an inhale and an exhale. So adding a little bit of variation in your seated posture. We're just going to breathe in, shift back on the sit bones so that the feet can plant on the mat. And then exhale, fan the knees out to the side for your butterfly pose, Baddha Konasana. Now, you are welcome to bring some blocks under your knees. And even invite yourself to bring a blanket with you and drape it over the legs, just to have a little extra warmth for yourself. Now, bringing another mudra or hand shape, You're just going to take your thumbs and place them together beside your sternum, the bone in your chest. Breathing in and breathing out. This is your Anjali Mudra, your prayer hands. And really coming back to that intention of softness as you take just 5 breaths of your own pace. I will be soft in moments where toughness feels the most familiar. I will be soft in moments when toughness feels more familiar. Another 2 breaths here. Good job. Now adding your second form of pranayama, or breath regulation. This is going to be called your alternative nostril breath. This is a way of just clearing up any kind of congestion in the head, or even having a way to distill any excess thoughts that might be living in your mind at a time when you may want the brain a little more cleared out. So, you're going to take your middle fingers and pointer fingers, place them against the sides of your nose, and breathe in and breathe out. Now taking an inhale once more. This time as you exhale, press into your left nostril so that you're breathing out through the right. Breathe in through the right nostril. And then breathe out through the left while you're pressing your fingers against the right nostril. Good. Inhale again. Left nostril takes in the air. And then fingers pressed on the left side as you exhale, right nostril releases the air. That is one cycle of your alternative nostril breathing. Take another couple cycles here, breathing in through the right, and then breathing out through the left. Breathe in through the left, and press into left. Breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the right. Breathe out through the left. Good job. Couple more for you. Great job. One more cycle for yourself. And all throughout, simply observing how these variations in breathing are creating changes in your own body. Good work. When you've released breath out through the right nostril, release the hands, maybe a couple of neck circles if that feels good too. Again, drink some water if you have need. You're exercising your focus, your concentration here, but still allowing for a little bit of a hip opening with your Baddha Konasana, your butterfly, your bound angle pose. Good. When you feel like that rebound has collected in your system enough, we'll just do a little bit of twisting to wake up the core a bit. Breathe in through your nose, crown of the head lifts to the sun. And then exhale, ribs engage as you twist to your right, butterfly twist. Left hand makes contact with the right leg, right hand has a kickstand, fingers planted behind the right hip. Take another 3 breaths here. And really just being still with your body, being still with your mind. Using that same sense of prana direction, of life focus, to guide the energy of your own body where you need it most. Where do you want that added bolstering? Take one more inhale. Look over your right shoulder just a little bit more. And then exhale, softening in the ribs to undo the twist back to center. Now, Baddha Konasana, twist to the left, breathe in. And then exhale as you twist the body to your left side. Ribs engage the movement. Think of softly lifting down and back through the left shoulder and the left pectoral muscle, just to keep your spine stacked and chest open. Breathe. Lovely. One more breath here. Next inhale, just like before, look back a little further over the left shoulder. And then exhale, undo the twist back to center. From here, your hands can scoop beneath the legs to close the knees together. And then extending your legs forward into your Dandasana. Shake them out a little bit if you'd like. Now this next form of pranayama, you can keep the legs long. You can cross them again. You can even extend them out to the sides in a straddle. But what you will at least want to do is to have a hand on your heart and a hand on your abdomen as one option. Other option, we will do what is called a bowl shape or a bowl mudra with your hands. Now, in yoga, and specifically Ayurveda, more of the scientific companion to yoga, you have different sides of the body that might represent different degrees of energy. The right side of your body representing the more masculine or more power-centric sides, whereas the left side of the body is associated with the more feminine, the more soft-oriented, the more stillness-centric ideas. So, keeping those in mind, this practice is as ever your experience. You are going to want your hands about abdomen level, and then you're going to want your hands cupped one on top of the other. If your right hand is on top, basically means you're gathering more yang energy or more masculine energy. If you have your left hand on top, this is more associated with that yin energy, the more feminine energy. And it is important to recognize that those energies can be side by side. They can even be outside of a spectrum. So, all of those things said, we will move through what is called your Kapalbhati, or your skull shining breath. This is a more active style of breathing that really incorporates pushing through your abdomen to release air. So I'll demonstrate what that will look like. It might feel different for you. So I'm breathing in. And I am actively pushing the air out from my body toward the space in front of me. So, to cue that a bit more, you're breathing in and pushing the air out. Maybe the body shifts forward a bit to help give you that power. And then finally, before sending you to do this a few times yourself, think about breathing in for 4 seconds. And then pushing out with a forceful exhale for 2 seconds. So, all of those cues to consider. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. Inhale. Three more times. Good work. Now you can keep your spine lifted and your core engaged if you would prefer not doing that forward lean. Good. One more time. Great job. Release your bowl shape as you soften the body once more into a seat. Shake everything out. Drink some water. We tend to section your Kapalbhati breath, your skull shining breath, with small increments to start, as you might be feeling a little bit of lightheadedness in your brain. Hence the name of skull shining or Kapalbhati. It's meant to emphasize a lightness of head as well as a boisterous buoyancy in your abdomen. Just gathering kundalini or that rising energy throughout your system so that it can then be pushed out in ways that you need. So, we'll do one more cycle of Kapalbhati breath before moving into your final posture for this pranayama practice today. So, finding that bowl shape. Again, left hand on top of right for more yin energy. Right hand on top of left for more of that yang energy. So, breathe in. Good. 4 more times. Great work. Shake it out again. Drink some water if you have water in your space. Now, you might hear my body giving a little extra bit of a wheeze as I'm releasing my breath. That is my body's personal way of adding or just being in your skull shining. There might be a wheeze. It might be more traditional centric that the wheezing in your breath does not happen. That's just more my body's way in taking in that moment. So know that this experience is again all centered upon what your body is having itself move through and take in. So, all of that said, we'll now move into your final posture for your practice today. We've been seated for this entire time, so you are welcome to stay in a seat still if this feels nice. If you'd prefer being on your spine, just laying out on your mat, please feel free to do so. Okay, so finding a shape that can most represent for your body a form of relaxation. Finding a shape that allows you to exist in space without any expectations, detaching yourself from all of the strings that come with being a human being on an ever changing planet. In some ways, choosing to be still or choosing to even offer your body minimal movement and concentrating on the flow of life through your system is a rather revolutionary act. And indeed, sometimes a little bit of change can allow you to vary your perspective on whatever it is you are moving through. But softening into that final pose, remember your breath, honor your heartbeat, leave behind any tension, any stiffness, any discomfort that a pranayama practice might have brought upon you. Again, we are so trained in especially our Western society, to advocate for movement all the time, and that can certainly have a place in a practice. But there is also a need to balance the body and to ensure that all of the energies that you utilize come from a place of groundedness, from a place of equal footing. So all of those semantics shared. This practice has always been and always will be for you. So enjoy your savasana. Enjoy this deep breathing. And thank you for every single thing that you do on and off of your mat. You make this world so much better just by being in it. So enjoy your savasana. Enjoy your rest. I'll bring you back shortly. starting to bring some awareness back to your body and space. Remembering that you have a physical body that does take up space on a physical world. Connect with the flow of life that passes through your nostrils, inhaling. That prana, that force that lives in the lungs for a moment, until you're ready to release the breath with an exhale through the nose, a deep sigh or yawn through the mouth. An act that initiates the return, the reintegrating of yourself into your space, combined with neck circles nice and soft if you're seated, tipping the neck side to side if you're on your spine, wiggling the fingers and toes, circling the wrists and ankles, because it all comes back to remembering what it feels like to be human, to have a body, to have a mind that works with your body, to move through every change, every moment, every experience, present and mindful of what you need for yourself. So you are welcome to end your practice exactly as you are, whether on your spine in your conjured savasana, or meeting me in one last seat. Sit bones on the ground, hands in any mudra, any hand-sealing shape that feels good for you. Remembering the couple that we moved through today, you had your prana mudra, which was your thumbs, your pinkies, and ring fingers connected, while your middle and pointer fingers were facing forward and relaxed. You had your Anjali mudra, your prayer hands, with the thumbs connected to your sternum, your chest. And then you had your bowl shapes, your bowl mudras, with the right hand on top of the left for more powerful, more masculine energy, more charged energy, I should say. Or the left hand on top of right for softer, more feminine, more of that cold stillness. But whatever shape your body chooses, make it one that resonates with your journey today. A journey through cycles and patterns of breathing that can help you connect to your body in any moment, whether one of softness or one of duress. The breath is an important vessel that helps you to understand what your body is going through at any given point of your day. And so it has been my humble, happy honor to have shared this space with you, as you've shared it with me. Thank you for joining me on this different flavored experience with your mat, and thank you for trusting me to guide you on your pranayama journey today. May you always live this life in your own authentic way, bringing your shine and radiance to this lovely planet that we share. The luminosity in me cherishes, respects, and will always celebrate the luminous blooming heart in you. Shanti. Namaste. I thank you immensely for choosing to spend some time with me, to give a part of your day to acknowledge and celebrate the power of your breath. When you are in tune with your breath, your body becomes in tune with whatever purpose you set yourself toward. Whether it is something more still-oriented and soft like this practice, or something a little bit more aerobic, athletic-oriented, like any kind of exercise regimen that you offer. So until we meet each other on our mats again, thank you for all that you do on this planet. You make this world so much better, truly, because you are in it. And until we meet again, namaste.